You are listening to an Atomic Broadcasting production, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the feature presentation. And remember, do your part, such as like, comment, rate, and don't forget to tell a friend to tune in for an Atomic Time.
Now, where did we leave off? Ah, yes. In Joel, the party split up to take care of various errands. On his way to his destination, Zephear spotted a conspicuously sparkly man.
So, my opinion on the topic, the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice is a good Pride and Prejudice. I fell asleep the first time I watched it, and I had to rewatch it later. I don't think I can handle two movies of that.
I've watched it.
I don't think
I don't know how many times I have watched this movie. I love it so much.
I'm trying to decide if you're serious.
Sven, listen, I love it so much.
Here's what I've learned when I hear Sven's opinions about movies and things is I say, that's a fine for you.
That's how I usually feel about most of your stuff. Your stuff.
Sven's not a
your
valid source.
Valid? Excuse me.
Okay. Your feelings and interests are valid, just not in my interest.
Just not to us.
I mean, considering we're talking about very subjective stuff.
Exactly.
You can be wrong.
I've never
also be wrong.
I don't know if I've actually
about
seen
movies.
I think I've only seen the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice.
So I read the books.
Okay.
I've read all the books.
He's one of those guys.
Yes.
I am
too. The book was better than the movie.
Actually, no. The British version follows the book almost verbatim. Not going to talk about the Keira Knightley because I can already answer that. You can already infer.
Oh, wait. Isn't it? It says it's a 3-episode show.
So British TV does that a lot. They'll make episodes that are really, really long, and then they'll combine them into a movie, and that's how we have it Part 1 and Part 2.
They
released it into two movies.
Yeah.
I just looked up Keira Knightley because I
one
don't
with
know what
Colin
she's
Firth.
been in.
I have seen that one. I'm
Pirates of the
pretty sure
Caribbean.
I saw it's just a
Well, I know
single
that. That's the
movie.
only
Oh,
thing.
she
It's a 2-disc.
Swan?
She was Bella
Two
Swan.
discs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I saw
Bella?
a newer version.
I thought it was
that didn't have to be
Elizabeth.
multiple discs.
That could be.
Elizabeth Swan.
That's
Bella
Twilight.
Swan is someone else.
Technology.
I meant Elizabeth Swan.
So that's probably why I was confused by the two movie thing. I probably saw it when it was released as a single because I don't remember having to switch discs.
Well, it was released as 2 discs because that's how we have them. But the new, if you have a Blu-ray or an updated disc, you can probably have it in one.
That's different than releasing it as 2 movies, though.
Yes.
Please flip over to side B.
Exactly.
Remember when Titanic did that?
Yes.
Not the 2 sides, but they came into
the 2 VHS tapes.
The 2 VHS tapes.
They both
yes.
fit
Was it only
one
2?
little-
I thought it was
Yeah.
more.
No,
I thought it was 3.
I think it was only 2.
You only
The
saw the beginning
original-
half of the movie.
The original Titanic was released as one piece, but it became 2.
How?
Oh! No!
Follow me for more Titanic facts.
That was bad.
You would
I'm
be the one to
leaving
go
now.
to.
I'm not recording this episode. I'm gonna go home.
I don't know if I think I've seen Titanic. I don't. Even
I
know.
haven't.
Jenkins.
Wait, Keira Knightley was in Star Wars 1?
Yeah, she was Padme's little body double who died and
I
exploded.
did not know that.
She's been in a lot of
Know
stuff.
that either.
So I was just scrolling through her
I mean, she's
IMDb
wearing
page.
a ton of makeup
and I was
a
like-
weird dress. You don't recognize her.
Do you ever scroll through a list of movies and think there are so many things here that I want to watch
No.
that I've said I've wanted to watch this for a long time and then you just haven't?
Never.
I don't know
once.
that Jordy can relate to that.
This is a very foreign concept
When
to
did
me.
when did that movie come out?
Wanting to watch a movie?
Star Wars? 1999.
99? Then Jordy probably hasn't seen it.
The Phantom Menace?
Yes.
I've seen that one more than I've seen any other Star Wars.
You know,
I'm
that
so
was actually
sorry.
my first Star Wars too. I really liked it.
It's
I
good
love
if you
the
give it a
prequels.
chance to be its own movie.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So for all of you movie critics who are just like, that movie wasn't very good, the originals were better. Well, stop looking at it.
Stop
with the original in mind.
Stop
Just
looking at
stop
it.
looking
Watch it.
at it.
Just
Just
watch
don't
it.
walk
Wait,
away.
wait, hold on, Petite. Let me get this straight. You want me to just watch a movie without looking at the stuff that it leads into?
So you have to, you stop comparing it to the original. Of course, it's not going to lead.
I
just don't like it when
on
people
that
are like
note,
it's
as
better
somebody who's
before.
As somebody who isn't a huge Star Wars fan, I just enjoy the world. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
As far as the movies go, I would say it comes down to which ones do you start with. If you started with the original, it's generally most people will probably gravitate towards liking the originals. If you started with the quote-unquote prequels, you will probably enjoy the prequels because of the updated CGI, etc., the cool flashy stuff they added in there.
No.
That is the
CGI looks
consensus
terrible.
for most people in the Star Wars fan. It was like, whichever one you started with, that's the one you like the most.
And both are equally valid,
Okay.
in my opinion.
So here's what I'm thinking. What about the new ones?
Should we stop talking about Star Wars?
I'm kind of done
Well,
with it, honestly. He's
This
not
all
the one who brought
started
it
with
up.
a
You're
Pride
true.
and Prejudice conversation.
true.
Actually, it started with
the
Wicked.
If there's
yeah.
one subject I do not want to talk to anyone about, it's Star Wars.
Oh,
I like Star Wars.
Well, then,
I
Sam,
don't
you
want
can
to
go
talk
get in
about
the
it.
fridge.
he has opinions, guys.
No, I feel like it's because other people have opinions.
Mhm.
And see, that is my point. If you have an opinion on it, just get out. Just let me enjoy my thing. Stop telling me how bad it is.
Sometimes things are just bad, though.
No, you're bad.
You enjoy what you enjoy, and that's fine.
I like the lore.
Other people
like
will have
Star
an
Wars
opinion
lore.
on it.
I started my Star Wars journey with one of the books that are no longer canon.
I don't hold to that. I just enjoy the lore.
I'm just a Trekkie.
I'm also a Trekkie.
You know, I like Next Generation.
Thank you.
I like
And
Next
yeah,
Generation.
that's the
okay.
deal. It's like I look at the others and I go, I kind of just like the actors in Next Generation. I like how they interact, and the stories are okay.
Because Sir Patrick Stewart
Yes,
Of course, yeah.
is in
Sir
there.
Patrick Stewart.
I don't know.
Jonathan Frakes.
Brent Spiner was always my
Brent
favorite.
Spiner.
I literally made a
Who's
Facebook
Geordie
fan
LaFay?
page.
Huh?
Who's Geordie?
LaForge.
Jordy's over there.
not that. Not LaFay. Geordie.
It's
LeVar
LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton. I
The
like LeVar
Reading
Burton.
Rainbow guy.
Yes, LeVar Burton. I love LeVar Burton.
Speaking of reading Rainbow,
Oh,
where we last left off,
Starkly.
Zephyr, our poor.
Oh, that's perfect.
Go
That is
anywhere.
perfect.
I'm
Take a look.
confused.
It's in a book.
Sparkly.
Take a look. It's not a book.
Are we gonna get copyright? Because my beautiful singing is just like the original.
It's identical. Where we last left off, Zephyr had just turned around the corner, looking for his contact here in the town of Joel, whom he would get contracts from, to let him know that he's no longer interested in business, when he saw his contact conversing with a very sparkly man. Zephyr, at this point, you're a ways down the alley, and you can tell that they're conversing, but they're talking in hushed voices, and you can't quite make out what they're saying.
So as Zephyr is turning this corner, he looks over. He sees the sparkly man and just thinks, "Now that's the skin of a killer."
No, Pete, no. We are not making Twilight references when it comes to the sparkly man.
But
To
it
be-
was perfect.
To be fair, Jordy did say he is a Twilight vampire to me multiple times.
Wait.
I'm not a
Is
Twilight
that a line
vampire.
from Twilight?
Yes.
That's the skin
This
of it.
is the skin of a killer, Bella.
Okay, here's my thinking though.
Like
He's
Robert
talking to a
Pattinson.
person that gives them hits.
I
So
know.
obviously he is the killer. So
Like-
that
But
is the
it's-
skin
he
of a
could
killer.
be
it's
submitting a
obvious.
hit.
No.
He could be submit. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Which I guess is roundabout like 2 degrees. He's still a killer, but
I hate Twilight, but I know that line.
We all know that. No, we don't.
It's called conspiracy
I-
to commit murder.
So Zephyr knows all too well the conspiracy to commit murder, and he walks down the aisle. Allie.
he walks down the aisle, and organ starts playing.
All right,
the
Sparkly Boy, I'm
match
coming for
made in heaven.
1,000 Years starts playing.
you. Oh, what is this?
We love you, Petite.
What if I die? And this is how this goes. What if I turn around and just die?
Perfection.
And this
It
is
would
how we
it would be a perfect send off.
He died the way he lived.
Silly.
being laughed at. He walks down the alley, and as he gets closer, hopefully they hoping that they haven't noticed him yet, he kind of like shifts into the shadows a little bit more. Just tries to get a little bit of an ear to see what they might be talking about, because I don't know. He doesn't want to interrupt. He knows that people have jobs to do, and he wouldn't want anybody interrupting him.
What's your stealth bonus, Zephyr?
That's a great question. Haven't looked at that in a while. 14.
As you're heading down the alleyway, you begin to hear the conversation. As you're getting closer, you hear the sparkly man as he is saying, well, I know, but it's a job. You do this kind of thing, right? I mean, it's and your contact cuts him off and is like, listen, I know you're a great guy. I really like you. Everybody likes you, and at that moment, you, like, as you're sneaking along, your foot steps on a loose cobblestone, and it turns and makes like a kind of grinding noise, and they both stop and look in your direction.
I raise my hand like I'm just going to wave and be like, well, hi, guys.
It's the doorknob all over again.
Not yet.
Just wait.
You know, what's going on? Hi.
And your contact is the first to, like, recover from this surprise, and he's just like, oh, you, George, and he winks.
Oh, you can call me Zephyr.
That's a little on the nose, but okay, Zephyr.
I just, are you two finished? I have business.
Well, the sparkly guy's like, I can tell you're busy. I will come back later. I'm busy this evening, but maybe tomorrow morning. And he just, without waiting for a reply, just turns and walks down the other way.
Well, no, hold on, Mr. Man. I don't know your name.
He stops and looks back. Zephyr, was it?
Yeah. Look, we're probably all friends here. I know this guy. You know this guy, yes. Apparently, and not to be forward, but I feel like we could cut out the middleman and what's going on here?
The middleman looks somewhat offended.
I shoot him a wink and just like give him a nod of I'll give you gold later.
Well, you look like a respectable and reputable, trustworthy citizen.
I don't get that a lot, but thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so yeah, let's have a talk. Let's have a talk.
Do you want to do it in this alley or
Zephyr, make me a will save.
Oh.
So
while is he a psychic?
While he's doing that, leave it to Zephyr to specifically give out his name, which is only slightly different, to a group of people who are hunting us.
Actually, that is his name.
You know what I mean.
All right.
The name that he's known by for...
That's true. But there's also... He gives away information, my man.
My dude, you got
what did you roll?
You got a hero point over there?
He rolled a 2.
Oh, no.
How much trouble are you getting us into there, bud?
The dice are just matching the roleplay.
Oh!
That's mean.
Oh, that's mean.
No,
that was so mean.
I feel like that joke was taken a different way than I
understand what
be.
you meant, Sam. I got you.
Thank you.
It's appropriate, the fact that I'm about to spend a card called Reckless Charge. I'm going to spend this card so I can re-roll.
Zephyr's going to get himself into trouble.
No offense, Petit. I hope you roll a 3.
Oh, that's so much better. Okay, you said will?
Yes.
What's 5 plus 7?
12.
12 plus 32. Not plus 32, but 32 total.
Whoa! Pathfinder math.
So he's like, let's talk. Let's have a chat. And he just kind of smiles and nods at you for a minute. And you see just like the faintest glimmer of annoyance pass over his face. Charm. And then he puts his hand on your shoulder and is like, do you know anywhere that we could get a drink?
I know his game.
Jenga.
It's a dangerous
Tetris.
So the only one that I'm aware of, because I don't spend a lot of time here, is the Jewel of Skirum. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, it's a fabulous place, right on the side of the river.
Yes, the river. Thinks back to the body he dumped in it.
That was forever ago.
It's been a while.
Do you want to do this now or like?
I mean, I've got some time. If you didn't need to, if we didn't need the middleman's just like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave, and he just starts walking down the alley.
Bye. Forgot your name.
Bye, Zephyr.
So the jewel, huh? Sounds good.
All right, let's head that way. I know the fastest way. Let's go this way. And he starts heading towards the center of town.
Okay. Do I recognize this as the way to it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna follow. Yeah.
All right. And as the two of you are heading out of the alley, we're going to cut away and check in on another member of the team. Last episode, we did get a chance to check in with Val and Neros. So, Alward, you're up next.
I tried to warn you. You don't have to look so confused.
I'm very confused.
So what are you up to, Alward?
There's still a library filled with books that are written in ancient Thessalonian under Joel.
Yes.
And we cleared that out reasonably.
You were able to get to the library and get back out without any concerns for your health and well-being.
There's still horrors locked in those doors.
That's fine. I can deal with those horrors. Right? Alward's strong enough now, right?
You are a lot stronger than you were last time you were down there at level 2.
I do want to go to that library. I don't know if there's any additional information, but since I speak ancient Thessalonian, I would like to read books in ancient Thessalonian.
What would you be looking for in the library?
Anything that could be useful.
Are you telling anyone where you're going?
I would probably tell Einar and or Val. I can't tell Zephyr because Zephyr is off being charmed.
That's fair.
By a charming individual.
So you're letting Val and Einar know before you split off from them at the Smith?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I just want to say,
yeah,
you guys can call me Zephyr. It's fine.
No, it's too
called
late.
me that for like 80 episodes at this point. So.
Too late.
You said you changed your name. Your name's Zephyr now.
I will probably still call you Zephyr.
That's okay.
Because
That's
it's
okay.
habit.
So Alward, you let Val and Einar know that you're heading down to that vault under the city to check out some of those books from the library.
Yeah.
On your way in through the arena, you pass by that same gremlin who was trying to entice you into his shop previously. And as you're walking by, he's like, "Why don't you... Wait, no, I know you. No, just keep walking. Keep walking."
I planned on it. Okay.
That's what I thought.
I'm going to turn around. I didn't think we were that hard to deal with the first time around. I mean...
Last time you brought trouble, and there were people here trying to take all of my stuff the night after.
Well, all you have is junk.
Excuse me, I have the finest quality merchandise.
Who was trying to take your stuff?
I don't know, just like some people in like hooded cloaks and stuff. They came in with wheelbarrows and they collected up all of the rubbish and trash you left behind, and then they tried to take some of my stuff, but I chased them off.
I'm sorry, Jordy. Petit, confused, showed me the name of the creature, which was very helpful.
The name's Nagrith.
Its
No,
name's
it's not.
Garn.
It's Garn.
Oh. I don't remember naming this guy.
I have 4 notes, and that's one of them.
He does have 4 notes. I don't remember leaving stuff.
We left a bunch of bodies and rubble.
Gone? Was that your name?
Probably.
Thematically, it can change just for marketplace reasons.
He changes his domain name every now and again.
It depends on which name I can afford. It's a subscription, you see.
What stuff did we leave?
I don't know, just like bodies and like all the loot.
They came and took the bodies.
Yeah. Well, clearly you didn't want them.
No, why would we want bodies?
Hey,
You're not
you're
here.
right.
The necromancer down the road. Hey.
Everything has its price, and sometimes you find a buyer for a body.
Honestly, I would assume that you would have eaten them. I don't know much about your kind, but you seem to eat things.
I do, and I was thinking about it, but I was busy.
With?
Well, you left another body downstairs, that little lizard thing. Speaking of which, I do have lizard jerky.
You took the time to make jerky?
Lizard.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I feel like we need to start having like phrases that aren't allowed to be said or it triggers songs.
Hey, I hold myself back pretty often. Everyone
We
looked
know.
at me and there was a pause. What do you
True.
want?
I paused specifically for
We
you,
opened the
Abby.
door, and she stepped on.
We opened the looky-loo.
We opened the looky loo. It's been a while.
Since we opened the looky-loo. You can't give me any more information about these men, these figures in cloaks and wheelbarrows.
I mean, they were probably humans. It's hard to tell all of you people apart.
Understandable, there are a lot of humans.
They were wearing cloaks and boots. Good boots. I wish I had those boots.
I can't give you those boots.
I don't expect you to. I expect to steal my own merchandise.
The sass.
Well, if only there was some way, something you could do to jog my memory.
Sorry, are you asking for a bribe?
No, that would be uncouth and unbusinessmanlike.
Do you even want gold?
Would you like to buy some information?
Sure, what's your price?
He looks at you hard. 3 silver. Take it or leave it.
Sure. Howard opens up his coin pouch, mostly filled with gold. Here. And hands 3 silver.
He looks in your coin pouch filled with gold and looks really smug. Took all of your silver. All right. One of them mentioned the name of Siggy while they were collecting the bodies. Another one said something about a mother would be happy.
That information is concerning.
No refunds.
That's fine. I don't know how I would refund you the info. I'm gonna go now. You keep doing whatever it is you're doing.
All right.
Bye.
Albert, your passive perception is high enough that you notice as you're beginning to leave, he's like trying to like figure out a way if he can like get into your pockets and eventually just gives up and tries to play it off like nothing happened.
Just gonna ignore it and keep moving.
Down in the library, which you reach with no further trouble, it doesn't seem like really any difficult monsters have moved in since you've cleared the area. Down in the library, you begin looking through the books. What information do you start looking for now that you're actually able to navigate this library?
I don't know. I told you this specifically.
Okay.
Go for the legal documents.
I'll go for the legal document.
An ancient Thessalonian.
Ancient Thessalonian legal lore.
Or accounting.
Ooh, can I get ancient Thessalonian accounting?
As you're going down the shelf looking for ancient Thessalonian accounting methodology and taxes,
Makes sense.
you happen across a book title that catches your interest. On the history and formation of Trollforge.
Ooh, that does actually catch my interest. I will pick that up.
The formation of Trollforge.
Meanwhile, Einar, what are you up to?
Einar, after leaving the smithy and dropping off Val's glaive at the inn, goes to find a friend of Uver's,
Oh no.
Serdire.
Yeah, and with some just kind of checking, asking around, it's not too difficult to find the kooky old antiquarian who's been doing a lot more shopping than usual recently.
Mm-hmm.
He's been frequenting marketplaces and such, so he's fresh on everyone's mind. So when you ask about him, it doesn't take you too long to get pointed in the right direction. Not to mention, living in a rickety old tower on the north side of town is not a common experience in Joel.
Einar walks up to the old tower and just looks up at it. He doesn't look quite surprised, but he just kind of nods like, that fits, from his one interaction with Serdar, and knocks on the door.
Coming! I'm doing my own effects. And after a moment, you hear... And then the door opens.
I was wondering if you're going to remember he had multiple locks.
So many locks.
An elephant never forgets.
Quite a lot of locks you have.
I have a great deal of valuables inside. Now, you're Einar, right?
Yes.
Yes. Well, what can I do for you, lad?
You deal with old artifacts and the like, right?
Oh, yes, I deal with all sorts of old objects, both magical and mundane.
What do you know about removing curses?
Well, that is something that I do encounter in my line of work from time to time. However, I must let you know, I am only an amateur curse remover myself. Only the weakest, smallest of curses would I dabble with. Typically, if I find anything of any significant age or danger, I do hire a professional.
Well, would you be able to look at this? And Einar pulls out the wolf cloak.
Oh, well, that is a curiosity indeed. Where did you get this?
Perhaps I could tell you inside.
Oh, yes, do come in. I was just putting on a cup of tea. We do like one of those spiral transitions. And we're now sitting at a table, and there's several used teacups balanced on top of each other, a sufficient distance away from the cloak that he's now examining with his jeweler's loupe perched in his eye, just looking up close at it. And he's just like, yes, this does seem to be crafted by druidic origin. Yes, I would say this stitching pattern, do you see here, where it has sort of the 7-point star burst along the way. This is a patent of, well, not a patent per se, druids don't really patent things, but it is a common hallmark of the Guardians of Grungir.
Grungir?
Yes, you know, the Grungir Forest.
Yes.
It's not far from here. You should go sometime. It's very nice this time of year.
I've actually came there. In fact, it was off on the outskirts of Grungir that we, the group, acquired this cloak.
Oh heavens, you didn't kill a druid, did you?
No. Well, I don't think he was a druid. He was an Eoredson.
Oh, well, that's fine then. So, did you have a reason to believe this was cursed?
I tried it. Honestly, I didn't have a reason to believe that it was anything but a cloak. I was going to use it to kind of impersonate you've heard of the wolfskin warriors, yes?
Oh, yes. Nasty pieces of work.
Right. We took it from their leader. Anyway, long story. To sum up, I put it on. And I had to confront the spirit of the wolf that resides in it.
Oh. Did you win?
Yes. But it has much anger.
Interesting. I wouldn't think such a druidic artifact would be imbued with such anger, especially to one seeking to use it for good. Then he kind of narrows his eyes at you.
I wasn't the one that made it, but those that didn't honor the spirit.
Well, I could certainly look into it. Maybe do a bit of investigation and see if I could help you know how to break the curse. I wouldn't be able to just take care of it myself. This is a little bit beyond my expertise. I typically deal with, a ring that squirts water at someone if they put it on and point it at someone, or something of that order of magnitude.
Or a barrel of monkeys, perhaps.
Oh, barrel of monkeys.
If you wouldn't mind.
Of course. Are you going to be in town for a while?
I think so, for some time. It seems that with all the Eoredsons that we're hunting, and then so many of them being here, perhaps there's a turning point for those four and their mission.
The four Eoredsons here in town?
My four companions.
Oh, those four. Yes, of course. Yes. Well, in that case, here, take this. And he hands you a small palm-sized stone that's been smoothed flat on one side.
Well, thank you, but what is it?
Well, it's sort of like a stone page, and on this page I can make a glyph appear from a remote location. So if I have any news for you, I can cause a glyph to appear, and then you'll know. Just stop by whenever you get a chance, and I'll update you on what I know. So it's like I can show you this glyph on a page. I can page you when I need you to come.
Technology.
You might call this a magical pager.
It's like evolving, but backwards.
The pain.
Oh, thank you. And he just puts it in his pocket.
Think nothing of it, lad. It was my pleasure.
It's like a pavement stone, a paver.
Now, was there anything else I could assist you with, or shall I just dig into this project and let you know what I find out?
I didn't want to impose too much.
No, I enjoy these sorts of puzzles. It gives me something to do, keeps me sharp.
So I do appreciate it.
Of course, and if you do see Uver, just let him know. I've got some time on my hands if there's anything else he needs me to help him find.
Yes, if I do see Uver, well, time is definitely something I'll think about.
Of course.
And with that, he would probably go back to the tavern.
All right. As Einar is heading back to the tavern, we're actually going to go ahead and just jump ahead and meet him there. Well, we're going to beat him there. As we're now back in the tavern. Val, you're still playing some music?
Yeah.
And in through the doors walks a familiar face of Zephear, followed immediately by a very sparkly man.
She's very happy for a second, and then is like, uh-oh. And act like I don't know him for a second. Just keep playing.
Zephear doesn't notice anybody. He's getting a little bit nervous.
The sparkly man turns to Zephear and says, why don't you select us a seat and I'll go get us some drinks. What would you like?
Well, have you heard of
Witch's brew?
a cold brew? It's a cobalt liquor.
The way you said that. Cold brew?
Wait, I'm confused. Do you want a cold brew coffee?
No, it's a just get me a fuffle shuffle.
Oh, yes, that's easy enough. That's on the menu.
Oh.
He heads up to the counter to order.
I start to move, I guess, to the darkest corner that looks like it would be the most likely place for a hitman to meet his contact.
Zephear, roll a flat check. And as you're rolling, tell me if you want high or low to be good.
Let's go with high.
Okay.
15.
The dark corner is unoccupied.
Yes.
There are no brooding adventurers already occupied.
Sad.
Awesome.
I like this die. I don't think I've used this one before, so that's going to be in the good pile. So Zephear / Zephyr just gonna call him whatever. Just call him Z. Ooh, that's a nice name.
Big Z.
He's gonna
Little
Big
Z.
Oh, little Z. Yeah.
walks to the it's a Lil Z. Walks to the dark corner and kind of looks around in the corner itself, just thinking, this isn't going to be dark for very long if he comes by. Oh well. So he sits down and just kind of faces the rest of the patrons. How busy would you say it is in here?
Very light busy. Like, there's 3 or 4 other people that are not Val or the proprietor or yourself or the Sparkly Man.
I think at this point I would notice Val. What's Val doing right now?
Making a lot of noise.
Singing a song and trying not to look at you.
Okay, you say trying. Does that mean she, like, looks over and then awkwardly looks away?
Yeah.
Okay. Zephyr notices that, and he kind of just does the half wave, like with his fingers, and then he just, like, puts it back down, like whenever you wave at somebody, but they're actually waving at the person behind you. Then it's all awkward, and then he just kind of sits back and waits for the Sparkly Man, which we definitely don't know his name yet, because he hasn't said it, to get to his table.
And it's not long before he comes back with a fuffle shuffle for himself and a fuffle shuffle for you. He sets your drink down and sits down at the table across from you.
I look at him and I say, is it always this light in here? I mean, just look over there. Does he look?
Yeah, he looks away.
Zephyr switches the drinks.
What is your thievery bonus?
13.
He looks out into the main area of the room and looks back and is like, well, I think it's usually about this well lit. I mean, it's kind of dark over here in the brooding adventurer corner.
It has a sign.
Then he's maintaining eye contact with you and swaps the drinks.
I look at him and I go, gotcha. I knew that you were special the moment I laid eyed on you. You know, I'm not very good at talking today. How do you know Roger? The contact. I remembered his name on the way over here.
Oh,
Not
well,
because it's one of my 4 notes.
Well, I know everyone here in town, Zephyr, and that's why I'm a little surprised I don't know you. Are you new to town?
Sort of. I've been here once or twice. Mostly just to... it's a big town. It's like you go into the city and then you go back and then you wish you were back in the city because it's boring out there.
Don't I know it?
That's good. You do. You relate. Sorry, I'm not very good at connecting with people. I'm looking to change that.
I think you're doing a fine job.
Well, thank you. Speaking of connections, and I kind of get a little hushed. What were you wanting with Roger?
Well, might I ask you a question first?
You're welcome to.
Do you know Roger's line of work?
Yes, and in a way, I'm loosely related.
Excellent. So it seems my assumptions were not out of line. I don't suppose you might be looking for a job.
Under the circumstances, it would be appropriate not to indulge.
I suppose you might be otherwise engaged. I beg your pardon if I'd made any assumptions.
Real fast. Under the circumstances, it would be inappropriate not to indulge. So you do want to indulge?
Yes, under the circumstances.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I understood that sentence logic. Because I was like, hold on, does he or does he not?
Don't worry, I was so confused. Hody got it the other way around.
Okay.
I do apologize if there was any misunderstanding. I didn't mean to impose. If you're busy, that's totally understandable.
No. I was there to talk to him. It would be careless of me not to listen.
So you are looking for work?
Under the circumstances. You know the shtick.
Would you like to hear out my job?
That's what I was hoping for.
Very good. Well, you see.
Well, no, hold on. We're in a populated area. Is that going to be okay?
Oh, it's not that populated. It's fairly quiet.
Okay. Usually, that's why we were in the back alley.
Well, yes, now we are in the dark, shaded corner for brooding adventurers. This is where all sorts of shady business happens.
But you are brightening it quite a bit.
That's fair.
That is true.
When did she stop singing? That's
Val's
so
just
weird.
inching closer, still playing.
Val hasn't moved, but she's been kind of like losing sight of her playing, and she's kind of been just trying to listen.
I just imagine Val is like standing like a table away, just playing and listening.
I do like the image of Val just scooting closer very slowly.
You know, like in Ocarina of Time when the Zora King, 5 minutes later he opens the door.
Well, Mr. Zephyr, I am... Well, you know who I am.
More or less. I am still very curious as to why you're glowing, sparkling.
Well, it's my thing. You know, it's like a brand.
It's very distracting.
I think I can get there as he starts to like scratch a Z into the table.
It's very nice to be well loved and well recognized. When people see you coming down the street, they give you a little wave and a smile.
But how do you do it?
Oh, magic.
Oh, well, I should have guessed.
So, allow me to stay on target here, to stay focused. So I actually work for a very invested group. They are a public service group. They are all about political reform.
Admirable.
Yes. And there is a group of rapscallions, ruffians in the area, who are opposed to our political movement, and they are using force, lethal force, to stand against us.
And you want me to do what?
Well, I was thinking perhaps we might fight fire with fire.
Well, as you said, with political stuff...
I wasn't thinking we would fight their political movement with politics. I was thinking we would fight their lethal force with lethal force.
Do you do this very often?
Val stops playing.
No, truth be told, I despise the very thought. It's sickening to me.
Or did someone put you up to it?
Well, no, but if you're being hunted, you know, you've got to do what you must.
Well, I mean, I've been hunted many times. It's just in the line of work. I don't know, that just doesn't sound like it's going to remedy things, because, you know, you knock down one pin, you've still got the 9 others.
Well, usually it's worked well enough for us to just, you know, lie low, a grassroots movement, if you will. But something about this new group, they're highly effective. They must be trained assassins.
You're saying that they worry you?
They worry me greatly.
Do you know the names of these assassins?
I don't, unfortunately, no. Well, wait. No, one of them is named Val. I know that.
Oh. Interesting name. Has only 1 syllable.
Like Cher.
Yes, unlike mine or yours. We both have 2 syllables.
Yes. Remind me of your name. I'm sorry. I know it's like D. D-ho.
It's the other way around. It's O-D.
Oh, D.
Yes.
O-D. Right. Sorry. I could definitely consider your offer. Are you going for anybody else for this?
Well,
type of thing?
So it's a group of 5.
Oh no, I meant, are you asking anyone else to do the job?
Oh, well, no, not as of yet, no. I had planned to just give the contract to Roger and have him hire who he saw fit, but, you know, we've cut out the middleman and, you know, that could save some more money for you if you're successful in the contract.
Oh, and I definitely appreciate not having competition.
Val is very just like leaning, and she's very interested. She's like, they killed a man. They cut him out. Val's at this point is fairly obvious. Just standing out there looking.
At this point is when Einar arrives.
Zephyr looks over at the door after hearing the door, because now there's no music. It's kind of quiet in the room. He looks over. That's a very tall man. Anyway.
Hody looks over as well. Looks back at Zephyr. Looks at the door. Reaches in his pocket and starts pulling out a parchment.
Oh no.
And then Val starts playing again. And she's just like, I see you sitting there. You're looking quite aware. In the shadows, you blather, but I think that you'd rather not be talking so loud.
Zephyr sees him pulling something out, and he reaches forward to be like, "Oh, what have you got there?" And he accidentally knocks his fuffle shuffle over onto the paper.
Oh,
I am so sorry. In my line of work, when you see someone pulling something out of their pocket, that is not usually a good sign.
It's totally understandable. I am so sorry for giving you a fright, and really don't worry about the fuffle shuffle at all. He waves his hand and prestidigitation cleans it up.
The paper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my, it
So-
looks like there's been a spill over there. Could we get a waitress or someone to go help?
How hard would it be for me to grab the paper?
I think I would ask for an unarmed attack against his reflex DC to grab it from his hand. Because I don't like the disarming rules in the system.
Einar, having had that whole situation, I'm sure, brought to his attention, mostly with Val frantically playing
They are sparkling in the shadowy corner.
and sparkling in the shadowy corner, recognizing that he probably can't hear Zephyr, but he could probably see Sparkly Dude, Hody, look at him and probably frown and start pulling out that piece of paper. Einar's going to make himself scarce.
So you're just going to turn around and walk back?
No, he's going to find a corner where he can't get a good look at his face.
The other corner for the
Yes.
people who want to talk to the group of shady adventurers, you know?
Oh, okay.
He goes to the reserve for the not quite so shady but still alone adventurer corner.
The singles table.
I was thinking the quest-giving corner.
It has the exclamation mark above.
Yeah.
There's a lantern with an exclamation
Exactly.
point cut out of it, so you can just light it.
But see, nobody's there, so once you enter the table, that's when the quest giver comes up and it starts a whole cutscene.
Exactly. I pull the hood up too. Can I get bonus points for shadowy?
Is that the wolf one?
No.
No, that would not be fun.
The
in
wolf
bar.
one is with
Sirdire.
He
Sarah
certainly
Dye.
won't recognize him.
No.
Hey, that looks like my brother.
Go ahead and make me a deception check, Einar.
Sure.
Take a +2 circumstance bonus for Zephyr running interference.
What is it?
14. I rolled a 2.
Oof.
So Hody kind of keeps looking over in your direction, not like continuously, but he keeps glancing over that way as he's been having this conversation with Zephyr. So it doesn't seem like you've really shaken off his attention.
That's fair. I'm a big guy.
Now, whether you have restricted his ability to see your face or contributed to the building of a better story, that remains to be seen. But you haven't lost his attention yet.
Gotcha.
So, back to me trying to grab his parchment.
Yes, and you want to go for it?
I would like to go for it, but not in a threatening way. More of a curious of, oh, you've got a piece of paper. And then I say, as I'm grabbing for it, oh, are those the people?
All right. Go ahead and you can either do an attack roll, or you can make a deception check.
What would be my attack?
Just the same that you would use for like a dagger or a bow or something.
Okay, that makes sense. So, plus 17. Let's hope I roll really high. 3. 22.
Oh.
So you're like, oh, is that the list of people? And you reach out and he pulls the list back out of the way. And he's like, it is, but I was going to present it to you.
Let me ask you this. Does it have words on it?
Not a lot, no.
Does it have pictures?
Actually, yes. It's like, when somebody's like, someone's committed a crime, and the guards are like, can you describe them? And then they have a guard sketch artist. That's what I've got here. Because all we have is eyewitnesses who saw them, killing a cousin of mine. And we have artwork depicting what
a
the
cousin of
perpetrators.
yours?
Yes.
Who?
Brenger.
Brang.
You may have heard of him.
In passing, yes.
He was
powerful.
I'll be honest, he was much more brash with his political beliefs. Very authoritarian.
Well, let's go ahead and see these people.
Of course. And he prestidigitations up the drink off the table and unfolds the paper. It very clearly depicts the 5 current members of your party as they appeared when you were attacking Bringer's camp.
And I look different. I don't have that hairstyle.
That's right, you did change your hairstyle.
And my eyes are a different color. I don't know if it's a sketch
I
artist.
doubt it's a colored sketch.
Yeah.
There is a note under the sketch for you that says glowing red eyes, if one could read. And he pauses and he's like, this one here does look a bit like you.
It does, but I've never put my hair like that before. It seems too dirty.
It would actually look good on you.
Maybe he's related. I haven't seen my family in a long time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wasn't insinuating anything.
I'm empathizing. I'm sorry for you that you haven't seen your family for a while.
Well, family is important, but
it is.
When they're not around, it's not always easy to make decisions.
I understand that. Now, if you'd like, you can take this. I have a few other copies, not with me on my person right now, but you could take this, and it will give you sort of a guide of, where to start. He looks down at the paper again, looks across the tavern at Val, looks down at the paper, looks across the tavern at Einar, looks down at the paper again. Oh, no. What? Oh.
My face paint is different.
Oh, yeah. Wait. I have a scratch on my face that's pretty identical. Yes?
I think I'd better be going.
Can you make a will save?
What are you doing?
I have 2 options.
What, you don't know what you're doing?
Seeing that stuff's about to happen and she's probably going to need to start leaving, she's going to just quickly finish her song and just go, secret code's a bit of change. Now everyone thinks you're deranged. Now the meeting's done and you're the only one. Thank you, everyone. I've been Dale. Goodbye.
I've been Dale.
And she just hops off the stage and starts putting everything away.
Zephear, what is your DC?
24.
24. He got a critical success.
Makes sense.
Boo.
So that didn't work. I was going to try to paralyze him.
Oh, so he sees you like trying to cast a spell, but he's able to shake it off then?
I would assume. Well, actually, I do also have.
Subtle spell?
Is that what it's called?
I think-
Conceal spell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can just add the subtle trait onto it. Nice. So he critically succeeds, so he's unaffected by the spell, but because you use subtle spell, he doesn't realize that you tried to cast anything.
And I will reach out and say, well, no, hold on. We are doing business here.
I understand business, and he looks over at Val and Einar to see if they're moving at all.
Einar will probably see he's getting antsy, especially after looking around. and he will get up from the table after finishing a drink that he ordered that I didn't narrate.
World building.
And casually walk by the table,
Okay, so
not even glancing at them.
what happens then is as you finish your drink and you stand up and you begin walking in that direction, and Zephyr's saying, "We're doing business, Hody, just I have to go," and he just suddenly melts down into the form of a rat and begins booking it for the door. And that's where we're going to end this episode.
He can be a rat.
All right, so the hero point for this episode goes to Michael Petit.
That's my name. You know, wear it out.
I very much enjoyed this whole arrangement that you've come to with Hody. I mean, is this the third time somebody has paid you to kill the party? Or at least hired you?
To my knowledge, maybe. I don't know. It could have been anybody. It definitely wasn't me. Yeah. I don't know what to do now. I'm going to go find and read a book called The Art of Subtlety. Maybe I'll write it.
And we'll see you all in the next episode.
Bye.
Can't talk to a rat.
This has been an Atomic Broadcasting production. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to give us some support by liking, commenting, and following. These things really do make a difference in getting the word out and helping our community grow. Also, make sure to check us out on Threads and check out the Discord server, where you can chat with other fans and discuss all the recent developments and happenings. Links to all these good things in the description below. The Written in the Lost is an original story that uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's fan content policy. Atomic Broadcasting and The Written in the Lost are not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, have an atomic time.
Sven doesn't remember where Einar was.
I think you were just walking away. I don't think you said where you went. I think
Does
you
that
went
a
back
lot.
to the place to drop off my
'Cause
glaive.
I'm sorry. It's been a while. No.
Do it, Abby. He
No.
deserves it.
He heard the intakes of breath.
I just sit over here and have an aneurysm every time I can't say it.